Hey, what's up? This is Brandon Simmons for BrandonSimmons.biz, and this is my weekly video blog called Bullheaded, a review of the Houston Texans news, as well as a preview of the upcoming game matchups. So, this week, the Texans will be back at home taking on the Las Vegas Raiders in another easy game that's very crucial to their playoff chances at the moment. So, I'm going to get into all that, including a quick little observation of the playoff situation. But first, let me do a quick little game recap from this past Sunday. So, this game recap, not so much detailed as the previous ones. I had a lot going on Sunday, man. Life just be life, and sometimes and they don't really wait for no Texan games sometimes. So, just a few things, or probably one thing that I really just wanted to take away from this game. Um, Offensive outbursts from this team. 40 points put on the Arizona Cardinals, which is kind of falls in line with the Cardinals this year. As I mentioned in last week's episode, Cardinals been giving up 40 points in like the shortest amount of time in recent games, and so you know what I'm saying, very on brand for this team to do that. I guess I didn't. I guess it's. I guess I got to talk about the the fumble play a little bit because I which is something I did catch, and like it just it didn't even dawn. I just remembered it like today while I was rehearsing this clip, and just seeing it, like just seeing that play out of my mind, like just the ball snapping, and it just looks so clean of a play that it looks like it was intentional. And I think D'Amico said at his press conference that that wasn't intentional, but whatever. So we'll go with it was intentional for now for the lore of the Texans. But yeah, that was definitely a super highlight for that game. But other than that, the other takeaway I had from it was Jawar Jordan, the Jawar Jordan game, if you will. He actually came in place of Woody Marks, who tweaked his ankle, and so uh, Jordan finished the game with 15 carries for 101 yards, the first 100-yard rusher that we've had this season. And so even last week, or probably a couple weeks ago, I said, like, you know, Marks might be the one to actually, you know what I'm saying, be that 100-yard rusher that we need for the year. You know, since we haven't really had one. We've rushed for 100 yards between Marks and Chubb, but we never had like one guy just actually come in and put up triple digits. And so the ironic part was, Jordan came in and did that in place of Marks, who's obviously our leading rusher this year. So big ups to Gerard Jordan. And just overall takeaway, dominant, easy win. I tried to find something where D'Amico said there was, a better performance needed by the defense. And I mean, I don't know how how better you want it. I couldn't find a clip myself, so I don't really have too much to say on that. Um, it looked like it was a pretty solid game stat wise for this defense as well. I saw Autry and Hunter actually got got each generated a sack, and you know what I'm saying, that was pretty much a big deal considering the injuries that we've had with Tim Settles and everybody else. So uh, you know what I'm saying, definitely big ups to both sides of the football, Texans uh, defense and offense. So that game, as I mentioned, it was very easy win, an easy win that we needed as we're in the race for the playoffs at this moment. And for what it's worth, that our playoff race is pretty interesting right now. So the Texans are sitting in the seventh seed. They're one game behind the Jacksonville Jaguars in the division for the AFC South. So second place in the AFC South. They're one game above the Indianapolis Colts. Colts are sitting in third place in the AFC South. They just had their first game with Philip Rivers. Yeah, you heard that right. Philip Rivers is officially back. Um, in the NFL, back with the Colts, the team that he actually retired from. And so they had a pretty competitive close game with the Seahawks, but ended up losing that. Uh, yeah, Jacksonville. Did they win last week? I think yes, they actually. Well, yeah, they actually won, considering it was against the Jets. So, so yeah, that's where it kind of stands right now. Texans are sitting in second place. They're in the seventh seed right now. Um, the Colts are right behind them, actually, one game out of the playoffs. And so for Jacksonville, they're sitting at the third seed. So the way it figures, if the Texans can get this division, uh, if they can get a lead in the division, they'll actually be sitting at number three themselves. Um, a couple things, which is probably what's gonna really determine, really just shake some things up. And I found this off of Twitter. Somebody had posted this, and so I'm not sure how true it is. It sounds like super super legit. Uh, and pretty much it's just basically laying out the rules of what happens if two teams just are found in a head-to-head situation. So it goes like this in order. So head to head, best record percentage between the clubs. Then it goes best record in games within the division. So best division record. Then it goes best record in common games. Best one loss tie percentage or best record in games within the conference. So best conference record. And after the conference record, it goes strength of victory, strength of schedule, best combined ranking among conference teams in points scored and points allowed, best combined ranking among all teams in points scored and points allowed in all games, best net points in a common game, best net points in all games, best net touchdowns in all games, and coin toss. So those are pretty much that's pretty much the criteria right now that the Texans and Jaguars are really looking at. And for what it's worth, it looks like it it was looking like coin toss territory when I was looking at particularly the Jaguar schedule. So um, the thing that kind of stands out with the Jaguars. Here's some of the things I noticed from their schedule. Um, they beat the they beat the 49ers just like we have. They beat the Chiefs just like we have. They've also lost to the Seahawks. They've also lost to the Rams. One thing that does stand out, they've beaten the Raiders already. They've already played the Raiders, and they actually beat them in overtime by 1 point. So I didn't even work. So yeah, they beat them in overtime by 1 point. Um, Jaguars, they've also beaten the Chargers. Yes, they've beaten the Chargers, like blew them out. You know what I'm saying, at home. And so those two games are going to be interesting because those are the two teams that the Texans are facing this weekend and next weekend. So if we're looking at that, if you're going back to that, criteria list, the Texans are going to have to. They're definitely going to have to beat the Raiders. And in addition to beating the Raiders, they're definitely going to have to get a leg up over the Chargers. They cannot lose to the Chargers. So the way I see it is this. Because the Jaguars actually play the Denver Broncos this weekend, and so the Broncos they've been hot. You know what I'm saying? I think their record is like 11 straight. So should they and I'm pretty sure a lot of people are expecting the Broncos to beat the Jaguars outside of the Texans fans that are actually rooting for the Broncos to do that. But I'm pretty sure a lot of people feel like the Broncos can win that game easily. So if that holds true, um, if if that holds true, and just going by the what am I looking at doing? Oh, it's the wrong. Wrong tab. So if that holds true, and I'm just looking at their, okay, there we go. Division's right. If that holds true, let me stop saying that. Then it looks like, um, then it looks like, yeah, the Texans beat the Raiders, then and the Jaguars lose to the Broncos. Then the Texans will have a better conference record by a game, and because right now they're both tied at 7-2. So if that flips around, it'll put the Texans on top. It should put the Texans on top. And you know what I'm saying? It should put the Texans in third. More than anything, I think the Jaguars. I don't know if the Jaguars will fall to seventh. Uh, they most likely will. Yeah, they'll probably fall to. Yeah, it's likely the Jaguars will fall to. It's likely the Jaguars will fall to seven, but it also depends um where they where they meet as far as like with Buffalo, and I'm not sure what their how they match up with Buffalo, as far as like what their comparisons are. In addition to the Chargers, who if they and that's only assuming Buffalo and the Chargers lose, and so if Buffalo and the LA, if the Bills and Chargers lose this weekend for whatever reason, if if they lose for whatever reason, um, then you know um, maybe that'll tie with the Jaguars if they lose. I'm not sure, but I just know if the Texans win this weekend and the Jaguars lose, it's definitely going to flip both those teams, put the Texans in first place in the AFC South, and put them in and put the Jaguars in number three. So very crucial game, especially next week, since the Jaguars already played the Chargers and beat them. It's going to be very crucial for the Texans to actually go in there and win that game and try to maintain the lead over the Jacksonville Jaguars heading into the final week of the season. So we'll see how that all turns out. Now, with that being said, it's time to get to business. Actually, before that, injuries. Did not see too much on the injury front. Um, it was just I'm recording on Wednesday. This big weekend of all the television, so I had to get this out the way. But um, injuries, just a couple of DNPs. Aziz Alshir, he has a DNP for an ankle knee injury. Kamari Lassiter for a foot injury, and Woody Marks DNP for an ankle, and that's just on Wednesday. Lassiter had that foot injury. It was kind of questionable heading into last week's game, but he ended up playing. Um, I didn't see Shahir on the list from last week. And also, Woody Marks, I believe that's the same injury from this past game. So, definitely going to be something to kind of watch out for with Marks, seeing how, he gets to go. He gets to go at things this week because the Texans will be playing at 3 this weekend. So, as of right now, it's looking like it's going to be at 3 o'clock. So, um, it's a later start date might actually prove to be something beneficial for him. So with that being said, time to move on to the game. So Texans will be taking on the Las Vegas Raiders. Another easy matchup for the Texans, but also a very, 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 very crucial matchup for them to win. In addition to being a crucial matchup, it's going to be a game that's going to be followed by a short week. So playoff, as this playoff, so as this playoff push kind of intensifies, it's going to be, really. I think the biggest thing is going to be mindful of, how this is going. I think he's going to be really mindful of how this team actually approaches this game, as far as like from start to finish. More so, how they finish this game. Um, this. being that there's a possibility for a blowout and all this stuff. So just kind of determining like uh, just how far along they're willing to take things. So with that being said, here's the few things that the Texans just kind of need to do. Um, got everything kind of jumbled up. So yeah, here's a few things that the Texans need to do to come in and win this game. So number one, block Max Crosby. Look, the Raiders, they've had another down year. And so all they got right now on that team is Max Crosby. Um, Devin White and Jeremy Chin, they'll help out on defense as well here and there, but Max Crosby is it. That's their prize asset. That's the meme of the like sports car in the hood at the under the hood house garage or whatever. That's him. You know what I'm saying? So um, just block him. He will disrupt your. He will disrupt this. He will disrupt your game plan. And so we got two guys of that caliber on our team. So we know how crucial it is. Um, you know what I'm saying? Just driving attention to a pass rusher such as that, and how he can, you know, how he can how he might open it up for other pass rushers to get you know what I'm saying, to get after the QB, because either there's single coverage blocking on that particular pass rusher because they're all like double and triple teaming Crosby, or it's just um what I'm saying, it's just a breakdown in protection because everything's focused on Crosby. So block and contain Crosby. Make sure he's not going crazy and inciting the defensive line or that front seven to get after our quarterback. So please get that going. Um, Number two, feed Gerard Jordan. Find somewhere for him to be implemented into this game plan. It's going to be very crucial that this happens, as this is like the last week before we kind of get like a free card, if you will, because going against the Chargers and the Colts in the next 2 weeks, as they're fighting for their playoff lives or their playoff positioning, is going to be really, really he's it's going to be really crucial that we get to have a healthy Woody Marks, who's been amazing for us. He's been finding the end zone. Found the end zone last week. In the in games before that, he's found the end zone, whether rushing or throwing or receiving a touchdown. So definitely feed Gerard Jordan to kind of take off, just kind of take the pressure off of Marks. And I didn't see Chubb on the injury report, but I kind of skimmed through it. So if he's back in this game, definitely going to be crucial to use him. And for what it's worth, we had a 1-2 punch. I wouldn't be opposed to us using a running back by committee type of deal. So definitely find a way to get him in this game. And quite frankly, this is the time where you want to get like that unknown guy put in there. I can remember when the Packers went to their first Super Bowl against the Steelers. When not their first, but when they went to that Super Bowl against the Steelers, they had James Stark. You know what I'm saying, helping them throughout that playoff run. So um, definitely, and he was like very, very used minimally, like minimally used. So definitely, let's get that going with Gerard. Get that going with Jordan. Last week he had 100 yards game, 100 yard game. If he don't get that this week, that's fine. But definitely get him in there so you can find a spot for him later down the line in the postseason. Number three, third and final thing, rest the starters up. Went up far when the score is up. So focus on the game in front of you. Definitely do that. But don't be stupid. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, look, beat the Raiders. They should be easily handled. And run the score up. You know what I'm saying? That really does lift them around for the team. That shows that this team is executing. That shows that this team is sharp and locked in for the postseason. But don't man, don't do anything stupid, man. Like, don't leave the starters in there too long, or don't be doing no extra jumping, or you know what I mean. But don't do anything stupid. Be smart. Play good football. Play it the right way. Reduce penalties. But definitely, you know what I'm saying, just don't blow this game. Don't make this game tougher than it already has to be. Focus on it in front of you and don't be stupid. Protect the players from injuries. You know what I'm saying? If it gets up to a certain score at a certain time of the game, go ahead, cut it out. I don't know what, you know what I'm saying. Nico, shout out to him. He got his 1,000 yards, three straight seasons of 1,000 yards. Joining Andre and D Hop in that category um, for the franchise. But you know what I'm saying. If whoever ain't got their record, like get it in the games that matter. You know what I'm saying. This game does matter. It's going to be really crucial that we win this game, but just protect these players from injuries so they can be ready for the postseason. So, just to reiterate, number one, block Max Crosby. Number two, feed Gerard Jordan. And number three, just rest the starters up if the score gets out of hand. Texans do those three things, they should be able to come away with a win. And if the Jaguars lose, hopefully in the day at the top of the AFC South. So that's all I got for y'all this week. I'm Brandon Simmons for BrandonSimmons.biz. If you're watching this on Facebook, facebook.com/BrandonBlog. Like this video, share this video to your news feed, like my page. If you're watching this on YouTube, like this video, hit the subscribe button, share the video with whoever, wherever you can. So I'm Brandon Simmons for BrandonSimmons.biz. Holla black.